Hi everyone, very warm welcome to the channel. It's great to be here and it's great to be producing long form content for this channel finally after so long. My name is the Bearded Photog. I am a wedding photographer and videographer based here in the beautiful Emerald Isle of Ireland. And today I'm going to speak to you about something that's actually very, very close to my heart, and it has actually been for the last almost 5.5 years now, and that is Pic-Time. Now, first and foremost, Pic-Time is actually sponsoring today's video, but even if they weren't, it's something that I would still want to speak about. And it is something that I've actually been speaking to a lot of my colleagues within the wedding photography and videography industry recently about, because they just seem to be continuously pushing boundaries as far as developing their product is concerned. Even in the last year alone, there's been so many different things that have happened that have just completely blown my mind as a wedding photographer and as a videographer, which is crazy because often with gallery software like Pic-Time and like the others, you would always associate them strictly with photography. But the beautiful thing about their recent developments is that it's kind of completely turned all of that on its head, and it's become a really beautiful software to use for video as well. And that's why it's really impacted me, especially in the last while, but ultimately since I signed up to them back in January of 2020. Now, my main reason for basically leaving my previous supplier was the experience with them was clunky. It wasn't professional, it wasn't polished, it wasn't high end. And even if you're a photographer or videographer who isn't necessarily high end yet, it might be something that you want to aspire to be, or it just might be a feeling that you want to give your clients. And that is ultimately where Pic-Time comes in, because it's so polished, it's so professional, it's so well put together, that you can't help but make it look high end. You make it look professional, make it look polished. So that would be one of my main reasons for actually wanting to go down the Pic-Time route. Even back 5.5 years ago, they were producing a product that was revolutionary and continues to be so, almost on a monthly basis with different things that they're bringing out. So that would be my number one, is just the whole client experience that you get with Pic-Time is very different to other suppliers. And then, as I said, I am a videographer as well, and one of the main things for me recently enough, obviously, is that Pic-Time have not only included hosting long form videos, but also short form as well. Now, long form videos is great because instead of having to post to YouTube or elsewhere, whoever you were using for your films previously, especially for weddings that are generally quite long, you can actually literally upload them to Pic-Time now, and everything is in the one place. And if you are a hybrid shooter, or if your company does do photo and video, especially for the same weddings, it really is a one-stop shop in terms of that. You can host everything: photos, videos, slideshows, everything within the one place. There's no clicking of links to take them out of the gallery. Everything can be done there, which is just incredible. There's a 90-minute limit on the long form videos, which is more than enough for most people that I know, certainly more than enough for me. But then what I also enjoy is the ability to input little short clips, little short form clips within the gallery itself, which is just so much fun. And it just changes the experience for the clients, because as they're scrolling through their photo gallery, these little short clips that you've actually included into that main gallery itself start playing automatically, and they get this whole experience. They see stills, but then they see the video moving, and then it automatically draws their attention, and it just gives just a really nice, well finished feel to the gallery itself. So that would be my point number two. For me, number three would be the gallery store. Now, if you are a wedding photographer or videographer, chances are you're self-employed. And one of the most important things that I've found, at least being self-employed, is the ability to make money outside of your main income stream. Now, obviously it is within the main income stream of your business, but the gallery store basically enables you to make money while you sleep, or while you shoot a wedding, or while you're spending time with your family, which is incredible. And it buys you time that you don't ordinarily have as a self-employed individual. Now, it is literally as simple as a client goes onto the gallery, they select a print or an album or a canvas or whatever they want, and if you have selected which vendors those are printed with or produced with, there is literally nothing for you to do. You just get a notification saying that X person has bought this, here's the money, it's coming to your PayPal account or whatever you've selected, and it's so easy and it's so straightforward. Obviously, you have the ability to self-fulfill as well. If you have a local vendor that you do your prints with or your albums with, you have the ability to self-fulfill, and then the shipping and everything else is actually up to you. And obviously the production of that is then your problem or your thing to take care of, rather than everything being done by Pic-Time and their partners. And then number 4 that I want to speak about is the ability to produce slideshows. Now, I know that there are a lot of slideshow options out there in terms of software, in terms of different providers who do them. But for me, the way that Pic-Time does them and the way that they can be fully integrated with the gallery itself is just so beautiful. There's no requirement for you to do it on anything else. You know, you don't need to produce it yourself. You literally select which photos you want included. You put some music to it if you want. You select kind of what kind of vibe you want. Is it fast paced? Is it slow paced? And that's pretty much it. You know, it looks beautiful. It is generally an upsell. My clients love it. I do include them for free in most of my wedding packages, but there is the ability to actually sell those slideshows when they are uploaded. And again, it serves as a different income source if you choose to go down that road as well. So yeah, slideshows are a big plus for me. And then the last one for me is the ability to send the gallery or portions of the gallery to other vendors. Now, I didn't really start doing that until quite recently. I know it is quite a recent inclusion, but for me, the ability to actually go out there and tag or to send galleries to the vendors where AI has already selected what it believes that vendor does or what that vendor did at the wedding. So for example, if you send it to a florist, AI within Pic-Time will actually select all the images of flowers, anything that could be remotely associated with the florist on the wedding day. That'll be basically included in the little gallery or little portion of the gallery that actually gets sent to that vendor. If you tag or if you send it to a band, it'll probably be band photos. It'll be maybe some dance floor photos. But regardless of what, who you send it to, you can send it to everyone or you can send it to select ones, I find it's really helpful, and it really produces good relationships with other vendors as well. I know there are a lot of photographers, a lot of videographers out there who don't necessarily share their work with other vendors, but I think we're one big community, and I think it's a really good way of actually giving back to other vendors who work really hard on the wedding day as well, and who help produce what you actually produce as well. If it's a makeup artist, that makeup artist is producing something that you are also then portraying and showing to the world, and I think it's really great, and it's really fair, and it's the right thing to do to actually share with other vendors. So the ability to do that within Pic-Time, and it's so professional, it gets sent out in this automated email. It's just really good, and I can't talk highly enough about what Pic-Time is doing with that. And that's pretty much it. There are so many more things about Pic-Time to actually talk about, but I can't be here for hours at a time, so that'll cover the main things that I really enjoy as a wedding photographer and videographer using Pic-Time. Now, if you want to look into Pic-Time for yourself, I do have a link below in the description. Basically what that'll get is that'll give you a free trial and a month free as well on any paid plan that you pick with Pic-Time. I can't recommend Pic-Time highly enough. It is an incredible piece of software that I use that makes my life as a wedding photographer and videographer so much easier, but also in so doing, it makes the lives of my couples so much better as well, because what they're seeing is their beautiful day, their memories, their cherished moments throughout the day portrayed in such a beautiful, polished, luxurious way that really does their day justice. I think you can't put a price on that, and especially with that link in the description. As I said, if you do click on it, you do get then a free month and a free trial of Pic-Time, and I can't recommend it highly enough. So until the next video, I hope you all stay well, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Bye.